Alright, so there's a new game out in the Australian iTunes Store called Star Wars Force Arena. It is a game by NetMarble, and it looks pretty cool. And I'm going to show you how to get the game early on an iTunes. Now, if you have an Android and use Google Play, you're going to have to search the internet for an APK to download. And I do not know how to do that, but I'm sure Google's your friend. But this is kind of a trick. First thing you got to do is you're going to have another email address that is not your Apple ID. And so I have a dummy email address ready that I'm going to use. I'm going to go in and I'm going to log out of my Apple ID. And then I'm going to sign in and I'm going to hit Create New Apple ID. Now, the first thing that it's going to ask you to do is what country do you want to be? And I'm going to select Australia because I know the game is out in Australia. I'm going to hit Next, and then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to hit Agree. Now, I'm going to hit Cancel right here, and this is very important to do that right now because if you don't hit Cancel right now, it's going to ask you for a credit card, and I'm not going to have a credit card that's tied to something in Australia. I'm going to hit Cancel, and I'm going to hit Yes. So what has happened now is now I am inside of the Australian iTunes Store, and I'm going to click the name of the game, Star Wars Force Arena. I'm going to hit search. And there it is right there in the top right. Now, that was not showing up in the U.S. store. So I'm going to hit Get. If you don't hit Cancel, it's going to ask you for the credit card. But because this is a free game, and when I click Get, it's not going to ask me for a credit card, but it is going to ask me for an address and all kinds of stuff. So I already hit Australia. I'm going to go down here, hit Agree. And this is where we were before. But if you don't hit Cancel before you select the game, it won't let you go this far. So I'm going to type in my dummy email address, which I created just for this, MobileGamer AU. I will never use this email address for anything. And then I will put in a password, and you guys won't see that. Okay, so I put in the password and all the security questions and my date of birth. And now I'm going to put in, and this is kind of tricky right here, I am going to put in an Australian address. Now, what I've done is basically I went over to Google and I just Googled Australia 7-Eleven Perth, which is a city in Australia. And over here, we have an address and a phone number. So that's what I'm going to plug in right there. So in the phone, I'm going to go back and type in this address right here because it needs an address. So I'm using a 7-Eleven in Australia. Okay, Hayst Street, and let's see, postcode 6000, and that's in Perth, and that is in WA, and their phone number is 08 9218 9607, and I'm going to hit Next. Oh, I guess I have to put Mr. in there. Or should I put Doctor? All right. So they sent me an email to verify, and I will go do that, and we'll see that it works. It says verify your Apple ID. And I hit the link below, and then I enter my password. All right. So I have verified my password, and I hit done, and let's see if it takes it or not. Hit done. I got to enter my password again. And then it asked me, would you like to use Touch ID for purchases? I'm just going to hit not now. And voila, it is downloading. So that is pretty much how to get a foreign iTunes account so that you can play games early. And the trick is to hit cancel after you've logged into the Australian iTunes Store. I will be making videos about this Star Wars Force Arena. It looks like a ton of fun. I got to give a shout out to the Shark Plays because he's the one that told me that this game was out. All right, and as always, thanks for watching and keep on gaming.